I moved from Cleveland, Ohio to York County in 2001, and surprisingly my kids moved here too. Adult children ended up going here for their, finish their education. My younger son, my oldest son, did his master's in Millersville on the burning of the Wrightsville Bridge. And I was hooked. He kept telling me all of these stories and things he was finding out about what happened here in York County in terms of the Civil War. It became an obsession for me. I wanted to learn more and more about it, and as some of my friends here like Ray know, I've spent the last 16 years researching the Civil War history of this county. I've written 18 books now, about 12 of which deal with York County in one way or another. Most of those are in the back afterwards if you're interested. So I've been warning, I still consider myself a student. So is he been introduced as an expert on the Civil War? Not really. I still think there's a lot more to learn. But what I want to do tonight is share some of the learnings I've had over the years, particularly with some of the things that went on here in this particular region. Okay, now it works. For those of you who aren't from this area, let's just step back for a minute. You know, we talk about NeyChip. We're talking about obviously Conewaga. We're talking about Lewisburg. We're talking about East Manchester today, in the general region, plus the boroughs in the area. That's the ethnic group that we're talking about. Obviously, this has changed a lot since the early days. Originally, this area, of course, was strictly Newberry and Manchester townships. Conewaga was carved out of it. Fairview was later taken out of Newberry. Most of the people who lived here in this region originally were Quakers or Scots-Irish people along those lines. They become important in that. And also a very, very typical York County community. Lots of farms, lots of mills. Ray here in the second row is an expert on mills. The river, of course, and the canals provided employment and a lot of things going on. The railroad, when it started coming through this area as well. But keep in mind, this part of Pennsylvania, this part of York County, Pennsylvania, was heavily focused on Harrisburg. Southern York County was much more focused on Baltimore. Southern York County was also far more German than Northern York County. And because they're more German, they're more closely to the Maryland culture. A lot of Germans in that region as well. But this area always had ties with Harrisburg. And it started because some of those very early Quakers that came to this region used the Middletown Ferry from that region to get over here. Then the stagecoach line that ran from York to Harrisburg came through the general area, ran right through here, through Clyde, etc., and ended up later with the canal and the railroad. At the time of the Civil War, there were only two boroughs in Northeast York County. Goldsboro, then spelled the traditional way, now of course spelled with just the O at the end of most places, and Lewisburg. Now Wolf was not a borough. Liverpool/Manchester was not a borough at that time. This area, because it was Scots-Irish and Quaker, was heavily Republican. The Republican Party tended to be the party of small farmers. They tended to be the party of people who wanted westward expansion. And this area very much reflected that. I don't know if you can see it in the back very well. Conewaga Township, 113 votes for Abraham Lincoln. The Reading ticket was a fusion ticket. The Democratic Party in 1860 could not nominate a candidate. And then in Baltimore, they ended up being in Charleston, they met in two cities, ended up having two separate candidates. The Southern Democratic Party nominated the Vice President of the United States, a fellow by the name of John C. Breckinridge. John was a slave owner from Kentucky. He was a good personal friend of James Buchanan, and he had some pretty strong following in South Central Pennsylvania. In fact, South Central Pennsylvania, in every single election, particularly York County, in every single election of the entire 19th century voted Democrat as a county. That's because of all those strong ties to Maryland in particular. The fusion party here in York County, the Democratic Party here didn't split. So it ran what they called the Reading ticket, which you voted, they would figure out later which of the two national candidates, because the normal, what was known as the Northern Democratic Party, ran Senator Stephen A. Douglas from Illinois as their candidate. So this fusion ticket is a Democrat vote to be determined later which way the county was actually going to go. If you were a traditional Democrat and you didn't like the Southern Democrat breakaway group, you could still vote in York County for the traditional Democratic ticket. And so Stephen Douglas is on the ballot. He only gets 583 votes in the entire county, 582. There's one other party because America's on the brink of falling apart. And a United States Senator from Tennessee by the name of John Bell, with the backing of Andrew Johnson and people like that from Tennessee, starts his own political party whose only platform was to keep the country together. It was called the Constitutional Union Party. It carried 2 states, Tennessee obviously. And there were a few people in York County that supported Bell's party. But in general, if you can see, Colorado 113 to 54, Lewisberry Borough 48 to 8, Manchester 261 to 157, Newberry Township 293 to 96. So you can see this is a very, very heavily Republican region in 1860. The county, though, in the closest election of the entire 19th century in York County, the county goes for the fusion ticket. So, continuing it straight. But this is the best the Republicans or the Whigs are going to do the entire 19th century here in 1860. So you can see the background. A lot of this is, again, based on ethnicity, the areas along the river and the areas in northern York County that were more traditionally Quaker, more traditionally Scotch-Irish, again, tended to be Republicans. The southern part of the state that tended to be more German, tended to be Democratic. So, give you a quick background there. So here's how the county went, township by township. In 1860, and again, you can just see the river region, and it's very close to the chance we're going to go Democrat. But by and large, the river region and the northern part, Carroll again barely went Democrat. Republican power here, solid Democratic bastions. Manheim Township may have been the epitome. 212 votes, Democrat, 2 for Abraham Lincoln. To give an idea of how, the closer you got to Maryland, the more southern York County really was. Now, in 1860, word spreads that the new president, 1861, he's going to be inaugurated in March 4th, it is in Washington. The plans are to bring him through York County on the railroad. He was to come right through Clyde, right through Mount Wolf, right down through Emmetsville, through York, and all the way down to Baltimore. Now in those days, the railroads did not connect in Philadelphia or Baltimore with each other because the city ordinances in both towns that said you could not run a train under power through either city. So Baltimore's a great example. 3 railroads came into Baltimore. One came from the west, that was the Baltimore and Ohio. One came up from, 4 railroads actually. One came up from the south, from Washington, D.C. One came down from Philadelphia, through Wilmington, Delaware. And the last one came through York County. It's called the Northern Central. The Northern Central trains ended up on the north side of town. You would have to get out of your train. They would hook you up to a streetcar, or they would hook up your train car. They would haul you through the inner harbor to Camden Yards, where you would root for the Orioles. No. When you got to Camden Yards, you could go on a train there to either go to west to Harper's Ferry, or to go south to Washington, D.C. A plot is uncovered by a detective by the name of Alan Pinkerton, who hears rumors that President Lincoln is going to be stabbed to death in the Northern Central Station. At Bolton Station on Bolton Street in downtown Baltimore. That's a problem, because nobody's ever killed a president before. They had tried to kill Andrew Jackson, 2 pistols had misfired, so Jackson got out. Nobody really had ever gotten serious since that attempt to shoot at killing or assassinating a president. Pinkerton took this very seriously. To this day, historians are still divided whether it really was a plot to kill Lincoln or not. And if there was, how extensive it was. But Lincoln took it fairly seriously, and this guy, Alan Pinkerton, took it very seriously. So they canceled plans for Lincoln to take the train through York County, and his wife, Mary Todd Lincoln, his two little boys, their bodyguard, other members of the presidential party, including some of the newly named cabinet members, do ride the Northern Central through this region. They're going to briefly stop in Goldsboro for a water stop. And in Goldsboro, people are surrounding the train, hoping to get a peek of, this guy Lincoln. We voted for him. This is long before the day of Wolf Blitzer, long before the day of Anderson Cooper, so nobody really knew what this guy looked like, other than the photographs that may have been passed around on occasion, or the etchings in certain newspapers, but certainly not New York newspapers. So most people didn't know what Lincoln looked like. And so kind of looking, nobody gets off the train, they're a little disappointed, the train steams out of Goldsboro and continues on down to York. At York, there's a big delegation waiting to meet the President of the United States-elect, and he doesn't come out, nobody comes out, and the York train steams on down to Baltimore. Well, that night, earlier during the night before it came down, Lincoln had been taken out of the Jones Hotel in downtown Harrisburg, had been put in a carriage, taken over to a different railroad, and been shipped on two different railroads to downtown Philadelphia, where he got into Philadelphia, Wilmington, or Baltimore, and in the middle of the night, surreptitiously ended up in downtown Baltimore with nobody knowing he was arriving. Just him and his bodyguard, only two on the train that were aware that it was Lincoln. Lincoln ended up going to Washington himself, but that's his first planned trip. Doesn't arrive here in York County. We're going to talk about a second trip in York County as we go forward tonight. As we all know, the Civil War technically starts with the firing on Fort Sumter. It's certainly not the first shots in the war, but in popular history, that's when the Civil War begins, so we use that date. There have been other attacks prior to that, but this is the one that gets everybody inflamed and gets the national attention. Here in York County, there's a lot of reaction, because the United States President-elect, now the new President of the United States, barely a month into the office, has got his first crisis on his hands. What are we going to do? Lincoln, unlike James Buchanan, who had reacted to the firing on the Star of the West in January by basically not doing much, in this case, Lincoln is quite the opposite. He calls out the Army, but he doesn't have much of an army. So he calls out a new volunteer army, which will be the largest armed force ever called out on the United States continent to that point in time. 75,000 men. He wants them from all over the area. They set up United States recruiting stations in the region. There is a recruiting station in downtown York. There are auxiliary stations in many different places. So thousands of York Countyans leave their jobs and go join the United States Army. Here they are leaving. Among them is Daniel Rowland, just a typical soldier. He's from Manchester Township, lives near Emmetsville. And he's just one of the more than 4,000 York Countyans that show up to join the Army. So York County responds. Now, at the start of the Civil War, everybody thinks the war is only going to last for 3 months. So the President's call for 75,000 volunteers is only for that 3-month period. Sign up, whip the rebels, come home, and you'll be a hero in your hometown. You have a pretty uniform on, girls will like you, everything's great, and men flock to join the Army. The problem is, we're not going to stop the war in 3 months. The Union Army is beaten at Manassas, near Bull Run Creek, and everybody realizes the war is going to be for the long haul. So Lincoln amends a new call for fresh troops, because almost everybody, the 75,000 guys, went home. Now he's going to need more troops, so a lot of them turn around and come back and join 3-year regiments. You can see how one battle changed American history, because the United States government, in the person of Abraham Lincoln and his War Department, Simon Cameron, who was the Secretary of War at the time, was from Maytown over in Lancaster County, Cameron and Lincoln believe that all of a sudden one defeat, this is not going to be easy, and now we need guys for 3 years. And people start recruiting. Later, as the war goes on, they'll recruit people for 90 days, for 100 days, for different year, different terms of time. At the start of the Civil War, though, if you look at all the recruitment records, and my good friend Dr. Mark Snell, who recently retired from Shepherd University in Shepherdstown, Maryland, put this together. The average soldier from York County is 24 years old. He's single. He's worth $343. The officers are worth a lot more. The officers tend to be older, and they definitely tend to be wealthier. Part of the reason is at the start of the Civil War, if you want to be an officer, you campaign for it. Your men elect the officers. Has nothing to do with whether you went to West Point. Has nothing to do with whether you've ever served a day in the military. So thank you, veterans, again for your service. But in this particular case, they don't care if you're a veteran. It's who's the most popular guy in your unit. Now, often the most popular guy is the richest guy, or he's the guy that asked you to come, or he's the mayor's kid, or he's something else. And so many of these, at the start of the war, men become officers because they are able to buy the votes. And tell the kin, well, I'll buy your weapons, or I'll buy better food, or we'll get better blankets, or whatever. And that's how they became officers at the start of the war. It's also one reason why the Confederates are so good early in the war, and so bad as the war goes on. You know, the Union military leadership at the start of the Civil War, to put it bluntly, is abysmal. And it's going to take almost 2 years to sort out a lot of these bad officers and really start getting cranked up with the good officers as the war went on. Many other reasons for the Confederate defeat, and that certainly is up there. This is what York would have looked like. Downtown York at the time of the Civil War. This, of course, is Cadorus Creek. That's the old courthouse. This is Market Street running along through here. Just to give an idea of what the borough would have looked like. York was the largest town in the region between Harrisburg and Baltimore at the time of the Civil War. York County had about 68,000 people that lived here. 8,600 of them lived in York. Only 2 other towns in the entire county had more than 1,000 people. They were Hanover and Wrightsville. Everyone else was pretty small, very rural. The area fairly densely populated with farms and small villages, but certainly the only concentrations of people of note were 1,000 or much, again, were York, Wrightsville, and so if you look here, this is another view of York at the start of the Civil War. This is a train. This is that railroad that ran through this region all the way from Elmira, New York, by the end of the Civil War, down to Baltimore. Give you an idea. And you really can't read this in the back, but here, distance from Baltimore. York, 52.7 miles. Here's Emmonsville, 57.4. Here's Mount Wolf, 61.8. York Haven, 63.2. Goldsboro, 68.4. And Middletown Ferry, down below that, 74.2. So, you get an idea. This is a very important railroad stop. And this is a very important railroad. Many of the troops that went back and forth to join the U.S. Army at the start of the Civil War went through this region. There are a lot of reasons. I had to want to get to Washington. If you're going to go by rail to Washington, you've got to go either through Philadelphia or Harrisburg. Those are only 2 choices in this region at the time. So, let's talk about Goldsboro for a minute, because this is a very important, we tend to gloss over Goldsboro a little bit in today's world. But Goldsboro was very, very important to the early growth of the railroad. It was actually founded as a railroad town. And the reason was that it was probably about the right distance for a locomotive in the 1830s and 40s to make it from Harrisburg south before it needed water and needed oil. So that's how far you wanted to get down. Later, during the Civil War, Goldsboro kind of lost its importance as a water stop, although it was still traditional for many trains to stop in Goldsboro and refuel. Alexander Small, who was the patron of the 87th Pennsylvania Infantry, which was York County's largest infantry regiment. Dr. Small died during the Civil War, but he was one of the unsung heroes of the war. Spent a tremendous amount of money, both on the railroad, which he was on the board of directors for a while, and also on civic enhancement. So again, this was the first planned railroad community in York County and a key stop. One of the reasons why the railroad is also important is the very large training base in downtown York. This is on the old York Fairgrounds. Now, when we think fairgrounds, we think Carlisle and the Carlisle Road and the fairgrounds that we had today. That's not true in the 19th century. The fairgrounds then were off Fair Avenue in York. Anybody ever been on Fair Avenue in downtown York? It's an alleyway, about this wide. It's between King and Queen Street, the intersection there, and that was the original fairground entrance. That's why it's called Fair Avenue. During the 19th century, that was the York County Agricultural Fairgrounds. Carlisle Street location was a farm during the Civil War. So, the United States Army takes over the York County Fairgrounds, again at the intersection of King and Queen Streets in downtown York, and this is what the lovely little location would have looked like. They took over the horse barns, they started adding more buildings, and they put more than 2,000 soldiers at a time in the base, and in fact at one point it swelled to almost 7,000 soldiers being trained in 1861 here in York. Well, throughout the Civil War, York's importance continues to be, York County's importance continues to be very high. The Army closes the base of Camp Scott pretty much all under a small crew in early 1862 because they don't need it anymore. There's a big new recruiting base that had been founded in Harrisburg called Camp Curtin, and everybody can go to Camp Curtin, or they can go to other training camps. So York's training camp kind of doesn't do as much. But now they're going to build a big United States Army hospital on Penn Common in downtown York, directly opposite today's William Penn High School. So while troops aren't being trained anymore in York, patients are being brought here. In fact, during the course of the Civil War, more than 14,000 patients will be brought by train to York, mostly from the south, and then from York they would be taken to Harrisburg or taken other places, but the York Hospital became almost a triage hospital. You went there in a lot of cases until you were well enough to go somewhere farther north. Either St. David's Hospital in New York, or Maurer General Hospital in Philadelphia, or the Cotton Factory Hospital in Harrisburg, places like that. By 1863, the importance of this region became very, very clear to one Abraham Lincoln and also to one Robert E. Lee. Lee times his invasion of the North to coincide with the summer harvest. During that period of time, he made your money in the summer from the last 2 weeks of June to the first 2 weeks of July. That's when the barley came in, it's when the oats came in, it's when the summer wheat came in, it's when the flax came in the area. Part of the tobacco crop in southeastern York County came in at that point in time. And it was a very important commercial harvest. The fall harvest is when you slaughtered your pigs and chickens and you smoked and you canned. But the summer harvest is when you made your money. And Robert E. Lee's got many reasons for coming in this region, including breaking up those Union railroads. The Northern Central Railway through this region becomes very important in the Confederates' minds. In fact, there are legends in York County, maybe not necessarily legends, but I found at least a couple of corroborations, of a one-armed Bible salesman going all throughout the region, with two young men. And he shows up and he says, "Mike, how you doing? Mike, there's a U.S. Army hospital in downtown York, is there not? You appear to be dressed in uniform, you must be affiliated with the Army. Do you know the commander of that? How many people are there? How many patients are at the hospital?" Red, Hanover Junction, place you know well. That's a train intersection, isn't it? There's like two railroads there. One goes off where? Gettysburg, I think, to the west, and the other one goes north-south, Baltimore to York. Is there a base down there? Maybe not. Is there an Army base in York? Oh, yeah, okay. There is. Now, about the river, I understand that if I were to go to Lancaster County from York, I could go east and go across a big bridge, right, at Wrightsville. But if there's a ford at York Haven. Now, where in the world's York Haven? How would I get up to York Haven? And it goes across the Bainbridge? Okay, well, what's Bainbridge? All over the county, and I just, in the last 6 months, found a wonderful new account of that very story. It turns out the guy tells people, Mike, when I come back this summer with my friends, I'll bring your Bibles. Thank you for letting me know I'm going to sell a lot of Bibles in this county. Turns out this one-armed Bible salesman and his two friends indeed come back to York County. They're spies for the Confederate Army. They've been going all over York County, drawing maps of where the key roads are, who the farmers are that have the biggest farms and most produce, where's that Army base, where's the key crossings of that river, because Robert E. Lee, for more than a year, has been thinking about Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Back Stonewall Jackson, in April of 1862, has told the Confederate Congressman, give me 36,000 men, and I will take the war to the banks of the Susquehanna. Where do you think the banks of the Susquehanna are? York County, Pennsylvania, and Cumberland County, of course. So Lee's always had this region in his mind, and of particular importance to these Confederate spies are the railroads. Now, one other thing that happens is the man who's laid out the railroad through York County, who spent time in York Haven. He spent time in Clyde. He's not been in Goldsboro, it didn't exist. But he's been here in Wolf area, he's been in Evansville, he's been in York, he's been in Hanover Junction. His name is Isaac Tremble. Tremble's the chief engineer for the Baltimore and Susquehanna Railroad, later known as the Northern Central. He lays out the tracks. And what is he? In 1863, he's a Confederate Major General. He jumps on his horse, joins Robert E. Lee, and helps guide the troops into Pennsylvania. For those who are familiar with the movie Gettysburg, he's the guy in the movie who says, give me a brigade and I'll take that hill. Give me a regiment, I'll take that hill. If you're familiar with that movie. If not, moving on. All right. So this is, I make miniature dioramas and war games as a hobby, among my many sins. So this is a little diagram of Union Cavalry coming into Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. But the governor of Pennsylvania asked for volunteers because the Army's down in Virginia. They can't get here in time. June 15th through the 18th, the rebels are going to start invading Pennsylvania, and everybody's going to take off. They're going to head to the river. Now, one of the reasons why they're heading for that river is the fact that you've got only two crossings. The ford at York Haven's underwater. It's been raining like crazy all spring long. So forget that one. You've got from Harrisburg, two bridges in Harrisburg. Next bridge downriver is at Wrightsville. Next bridge downriver is at Conowingo, Maryland, and that's it. Then you're in the Chesapeake Bay. So one bridge south of Harrisburg to the Maryland line, and that's at Wrightsville. So if your goal is Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, like Robert E. Lee is apparently intended to go to, you must cross the river and drive on Harrisburg from the east side. Or you got to force your way across those bridges at what's now Lemoyne, then Bridgeport, and get across the river. Lee knows that, and so does the United States government. And the government says, look, all we have to do is keep Lee off the river long enough so that the Union Army can arrive and the Union Army can stop him here in Pennsylvania. And Governor Curtin's fully willing to sacrifice 5 counties to make that happen. He's going to sacrifice Franklin, Fulton, Adams, Cumberland, and York counties. We're going to slow the rebels down as long as we can. We're not going to fight hard to defend any one of those counties. because the goal is to keep them off the river as long as we can. We don't have enough men. These are not regular soldiers. These are 25,000 volunteers with 3 days of training. Oh yeah, he wants 50,000 volunteers. He's only going to get 25,000? No. Turns out he only gets 7,000 in the entire state that show up. 7,000 guys with 3 days of training to stop 70,000 proven killers coming north from the south. That's a problem if you're the governor of Pennsylvania. So it becomes very clear that the only thing I can do with this untrained militia, 3 days of training, is stagger them out and try to slow the rebels down in case they come. Now, the group we want to focus our attention tonight is the 20th Pennsylvania Volunteer Militia. Again, they're raised at the governor's request. They show up in Harrisburg. Most of these guys are government workers from Philadelphia. They work in the Navy Yard. They work as postmasters. They work in the United States Mint. They work in various government buildings around there. They're thrown into uniform. They're taken by train to Harrisburg, and they're taken for train from Harrisburg down through Marietta on the east side of the river to Columbia, and they're brought across the river. And from there, they are going to walk to their next destinations, by and large. They're going to end up here in York County, and the 20th is going to be spread out all the way from York Haven down to Hanover Junction. Along the way, they're dropping off different troops, they're building little entrenchments, they're doing all kind of stuff. And the commander of this unit, William B. Thomas, takes over the National Hotel pretty much, which now today is the Holy Pound Wine Bar. You know what I'm talking about? The old National Hotel at the intersection of Beaver and Market Streets. That beautiful building downtown with all the columns. Okay, that was Union headquarters. That was a luxury hotel at the time, and of course, this guy is one of the wealthiest millers in all of Philadelphia. He's a personal friend of Abraham Lincoln. He's used to the high life, and so he takes over the finest hotel in York. But he scatters his men out. Up here in Manchester Township, in this area, Manchester, Conewago, Newbury area, he's going to drop off 2 companies at York Haven and one of the bridges in the northern central. He's going to put 2 more companies at Bridge 118. These 4 companies, about 400 men in total, 3 days of training, will camp on 2 farms in what's today East Manchester Township. I should mention, during the Civil War, East Manchester Township didn't exist. This was all Manchester Township. East Manchester Township is a post-Civil War creation. So when I say Manchester Township, I'm talking east and west throughout the balance of this presentation. So we're up on a hill overlooking things, downtown York. We have a provost guard. And somebody writes, wow, in York County, all the people we met with seem distant and suspicious. Like York Countyans. There was no patriotism, no enthusiasm. But once in Lancaster, we were welcomed with friendly hands and liberal hearts. Well, I thought, okay, this is an interesting quote until I looked behind it. The soldier who did that was born and raised in Ephrata. Maybe there's a reason he didn't like York County. So I gotta take this with a grain of salt sometimes. All right, this is what it would have looked like. This is, of course, Brunner Island today. At the time of the Civil War, there were 2 railroad bridges. This one's gone today. That's all filled in. By the time of the war, this is the Northern Central Railway. This is actually a 1938 aerial shot. It still looked very, very rural back then, much like it must have looked like during the Civil War. So again, you have these 4 companies that are going to be here on St. Robert's farm and John Hoff's farm, and they're going to do as more damage to the rebels are going to do. The state militia are going to steal these poor farmers blind. They're going to take everything these farmers own. They're going to burn down their fences for firewood. They're going to kill their sheep. They're going to take the horses. And the United States government doesn't pay because it's the Pennsylvania State Militia. So these 2 guys find a federal claim to the United States government. They get turned down. They end up filing claims from Pennsylvania to get their money back. Pennsylvania turns them down because they said Washington ordered the troops here, so go back to the government. So you got one of these things going on, and these guys never do get paid. But they're up there to guard those two bridges, because if those two bridges go down, the Northern Central goes down between Baltimore and Harrisburg. June 27th, 2nd through the 25th, Confederate infantry marches in. More than 16,000 Confederates in the first wave march into Franklin County. This guy, Joe Worley, commands some of the rebels. They're going to turn east. They're going to go to Wrightsville. His job's to go get York, destroy the Northern Central, grab the bridge. He decides to burn it down. He wants to move the men into Lancaster County. So you can see the way to take Harrisburg. 2/3 of the men follow Route 11 through Carlisle and Bridgeport, Lemoyne, and 1/3 of the men go through Gettysburg, New York, following the Lincoln Highway, as it's going to be known later. Saturday, June 27th, here they come in the area. We're, of course, up here. Sunday, June 28th, the bridge down here is destroyed by the state militia as they pull out, blocking that exit. We got this little stuff going on up here. Sunday morning, June 28th, is a very important day in the history of York County for the Civil War. On that day, General Early with 6,600 troops marches through the heart of York County. This is Emmetsville. At the time of the Civil War, so the Manchester Township Historical Society, thank you guys for letting me steal this postcard shamelessly off your website. But it gives, I want to show the illustration. So, it gives you an idea. The rebels here, look at how rural this area would have looked in those days. Here the rebels are coming up, they're going up Ward Road. These are those two bridges up there they're trying to capture. They're going to come from pretty much from Weidelstown, Shiloh area over here, cut across right past my house on Church Road, and move on up this direction. Then approach Liverpool, as Manchester was known then, Manchester Post Office. Again, what the township area would have looked like. The 17th Virginia Cavalry is going to raid the towns. Every single store, there are many, but every single store in this area they're going to take care of. Now, the people of this region heard the rebels were coming. They've been hearing the rebels are coming for more than a year and a half. Any of you guys remember a children's story called Chicken Little? The sky is falling, the sky is falling. Well, we've been hearing here, the rebels are coming, the rebels are coming, the rebels are coming. Since April of 1861. And every time you've heard that, you've taken your stuff across those bridges. Oh, they're toll bridges, by the way. And you're paying for your livestock, your sheep, your horses, your wife, your cows, whatever, to go across those bridges. And by the summer of 1863, they're tired of it. People don't want to go across those bridges. But they've been hearing the rebels are coming, and all of a sudden, here they are! On horses, the pride of West Virginia, the 17th Virginia Cavalry from the mountain regions of southwestern West Virginia, and everybody bolts. They run to their cellars, they try to hide. They're going to go into the stores, George Wolfe. They're going to take everything out of the store, pretty much take care of it. They ripped out telegraph lines at the railroad station. They're going to find the smartest farmer they can find. They call him an intelligent farmer. In Jim Worley's official report, I love it, he says, we found an intelligent farmer, Benjamin Miller, and at gunpoint they forced this poor guy to show him where York Haven is. I need you to walk me, my troops to York Haven. I need to burn those bridges. You, Mr. Miller, are going to take me. I think they called him intelligent because when they put a pistol in his face and said, "Yes, sir, I will take you to York Haven." That's probably pretty intelligent for most people if you've got a gun pointed at your head. So Mr. Miller ends up going up there, and they're going to fight the Battle of York Haven. You guys ever hear that when you were in school? The Battle of York Haven, one of the Civil War, over 40,000 engagements in the Civil War, and York Haven is officially credited as being one of them. The 17th Virginia Cavalry shows up, and the state militia on those two farms jumps in rowboats and heads to Bainbridge as fast as they can. Now, they do put up a few shots, and one Confederate supposedly is shot in the river. I believe that may be our guy down in Accomack, whose body is along the river, was washed away by Hurricane Agnes. But the skirmish of York Haven results in a Confederate victory. Union retreats, the bridges are left wide open, and the Confederates accomplish their targeted mission of burning both of those railroad bridges to the ground. So they're also not going to stop there. They're going to end up burning 31 railroad bridges in York County. Including the biggest one in York Haven, which is 317 foot wide. That's one of the largest bridges in York County during the Civil War. 317 feet. I think it's Black Bridge is longer, I think, but that's the 324. So at 317, your bridge here in York Haven is the second largest bridge in all of York County. During the time of the Civil War. Keep in mind the bridge at Wrightsville is in Lancaster County because Lancaster County owned the water. So that was a Lancaster County bridge. Sunday afternoon, the rebels camped in York and in Innigsville. And throughout the region, they start seeing York Countyans making strange hand gestures. Two hands over the nose, right hands over their nose, hands over their heads, clap twice, back to the nose twice. They also see guys doing this. And a couple other gestures that I'm still working on trying to memorize. As I find more and more accounts, they've got these strange gestures. They find these York Countyans are also waving yellow pieces of paper in the air, and they're all crying, "Peace, peace," in broken English in southern York County, with a lilting Scotch-Irish accent in this area, or the Quakers very much will be going, "Peace, peace." But here, it turns out these are con men from New York City. They are selling protection from the Confederates, much like the Mafia 100 years earlier. Than the Mafia, they're coming around and they're saying, "Michael, for $1, I got a membership card to the Knights of the Golden Circle." Now, York County didn't vote. No, you don't have to put your on. York County did not vote for Lincoln, right? That's very widely publicized, and this region is Copperhead country. It's Democrat country at that point in time. Everybody in New York City knows that, particularly because the best-selling book of that year, printed on paper, manufactured by Pennsylvania Paper Mill, not Clapper. Best-selling book that year is an expose of the Knights of the Golden Circle that tells all their secrets. These guys concoct a plan. Well, let's go down and tell people we're from this organization. We'll sell them membership cards. We'll teach them the secret signs. And the rebels learn real quick when people are doing this. That's where all the horses are. It's where all the sheep are. It's where all the chickens still are. Because they don't want to pay the money to go across the bridge. Because Chicken Little, they're tired of it. They don't think the rebels are going to come. And for $1, I don't have to do it. As it turns out, a lot of people bought the tickets. There are over 973 York Countyans that I can document that filed damage claims after the Civil War for the rebels or the state militia taking things, including, look at southern Manchester Township. Northern, by the time they get up in this region, everybody's heading for those bridges or for the hills because they know the rebels are finally coming. And you'll see only a few scattered claims. But boy, down here, closer to the York line, they are all over stealing horses. Monday, June 29th, the rebels are stalled. They're going to concentrate. They're going to head back towards Gettysburg. Some guy named Jeb Stuart now shows up in York County. He's going to do a lot more damage than Jeb Worley did. Battle of Gettysburg is going to be fought while Jeb Stuart's still running around through northwestern York County. And here in Manchester proper, you can hear the sounds of the Battle of Gettysburg. Jeb Stuart, by the way, is in Dover. Can't hear the Battle of Gettysburg. But in Manchester and in Emmetsville and in York, you can hear the sound of the battle crystal clear. Jeb Stuart's outriders are going to raid 2 farms in extreme western Newbury Township. There's going to be the only 2 towns or farmers in this region that are going to get hit by the rebels on that day. That summer, another disaster. The U.S. Army rebuilds all the bridges and Mother Nature takes them all down. Hurricane Agnes, remember that in 72? A storm of that kind of magnitude runs through York County on September 17th, exactly 1 year after the Battle of Antietam, and it wipes out most of the bridges. And once again, the railroad's got to rebuild all those bridges here in this area. By 1864, it looks like victory's finally in sight, but everybody panics again because the rebels come back towards York County again in the summer of 1864, and more men go join the army. Here in this region, hundreds of men sign up for these new 100-day regiments that are going to try to move to the south so the frontline troops can go fight. They're going to take over the back jobs, guarding bridges, things like that. And eventually the Confederates are going to pull out of this area. They're going to fight in Monocacy. No Confederate will make it into York County in 1864. But because of the scare in 1864 and the damage done in 1863, York County overwhelmingly turns against Lincoln. They vote against the governor in 1863. They vote overwhelmingly. Look at what they do against Lincoln. Now it's almost a 2-to-1 margin. Remember, they went for the closest vote for the Republicans in the entire 19th century to a typical 2-to-1 margin. And look at our Ottawa flips, and so does Manchester. They both flipped to the Democrats in 1864 as part of this tidal wave against Lincoln. The problem is, South Central Pennsylvania, where the rebels have come and devastated, is only a small voting bloc. Abraham Lincoln overwhelmingly wins re-election throughout the rest of the North. McClellan is put into retirement. Finally, in 1865, year of Jubilee, Robert E. Lee surrenders, and Abraham Lincoln unfortunately makes his only visit, long delayed from April 1861. He finally rides through this region. As a dead man. His funeral train arrives in York County. You can see the schedule. Summit number 2 is Emmetsville. That's what the railroad called it at the time. So Emmetsville, Tonawanda, here's Goldsboro, Red Bank, Bridgeport, that's Des Moines. Here's the approximate time that the train ran late. So somehow about 7:40 or so in the afternoon, 7:40, 7:45 is when I estimated Lincoln's train would have rolled through Malvern Station. This region, Manchester Township, Newbury Township, Cotahuaco Township, did not suffer a lot of losses. They did suffer a fair number, but they weren't disproportional. Here's just a list of a few of the soldiers from this region that died during the Civil War. After the war, the veterans gathered, they continue to commemorate, they continue to remember what they did during the war, and it's my job and the other writers here in York County to try to remember that as well. So, thank you very much, NeyChip, for your time and attention today. Hopefully you know a little bit more about this area during the Civil War. Thank you. Back, if anybody has any questions, we got time for a couple. So anybody want to raise your hand? Any questions? Yes, Michael.
Breckenridge, was he a vice president too?
John C. Breckenridge, who ran for president of the Fusion Party Democratic ticket, was James Buchanan's vice president.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So he was the incumbent vice president of the United States when he ran for president in 1860 and lost.
I don't know if you knew this, I just found out recently. The Vice President Hamlin, Lincoln's Vice President, was on the train when it went through York County.
Hamlin
He went to Washington.
Hamlin wasn't vice president until 1864.
Pardon?
Hamlin was vice
No,
president.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I got the wrong train. Hamlin came through York County when Lincoln's, oh, no, it was the inaugural
Well,
train.
he wasn't vice president, he was a senator at that point. So Hamlin was vice president in 64. Oh, no, we
In
get back.
1860,
Yeah, Hamlin was vice president, Johnson was 64.
and I just got to tell you, when Lincoln's inauguration train went through New York, he picked up Governor Hamlin.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
Hamlin was on the train when it went through York
Yeah,
County.
and as was Mary Lincoln and a number of other people. Yeah, I've heard that Council William Seward was on the train as well, but I've never been able to verify that. So I'm looking for you.
I verified it with Howard Holtz.
Okay.
He's
That
the
makes sense.
premier Lincoln scholar in the United
Yes.
States.
Any other questions? Okay, thanks again for your time and attention. Back to Charles.